down for you too? I think I asked that last time. Yeah, awesome. Alrighty. So, how's it going?
It's going good. Do you see? I just have to call this out now. Do you see my photo where it's uploading the video? I it looks like I'm doing something pretty funky to that mic. It caught me in a good frame.
Ooh, that was the one I sent you the picture last week after
Oh
we did
yeah,
that
that was.
podcast. The
Oh
auto
yeah.
thumbnail. That that
Mm-hmm.
was uh that
They,
was a little
I,
bit
they go
disrespectful.
for clicks. I'm not saying that it puts me in the best angle, but man, it goes for clicks.
No, I had to fix it. It was pretty bad. But yeah, that one that does look pretty nice.
Yeah, no, I know. It looks like I'm about to eat the mic.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Well,
was good.
oh, that's great. So what? I see you got some painting done this week.
Yeah, just one wall. I have to go back, touch some of it up. Lo and behold, I'm not a contractor, so some of it is rough. And I mean, this patchwork that I attempted to fix. Let me just tell you what, when you put a nice fresh paint of coat on it, it
It
highlights that.
it makes it look real nice, huh?
Yeah, well, you know what? It looks better than a hole.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
what I will take. Does it look better than if a professional did it? Absolutely not. So that's what I'll go with that. But it costed me, I think, 25 bucks because I did a quart of Lowe's is like whatever they have, like like the showroom
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't want to, no reason to go all out, and I
Nope.
don't think so.
Nope.
I learned that from you with the paint. Go
Yep.
somewhere in the middle, and whenever you go to middle, if you have to go pick one side, you pick up, not down.
Yep. That's it. That's exactly that's exactly what I do on everything. That's so funny. That's I learned that a while back for tools especially. If I'm
Yeah.
looking to get a new tool, I you see the low, the middle, and the high, right? And I always go, oh, I can save a couple dollars if I just get the least expensive one, right? And then and then 2 days later, I'm like, I should have just fucking spent the money. So now, every time I find a tool that I want, I just get one step above that to make sure that I know I'm good.
Well, it's nice for me because when I go get one tool, I'm using it once,
Yeah,
and then it'll probably be used maybe one more time in the future.
yeah.
And that's about it. I'm not, you know, I could probably get away with using good old Walmart heart tools, you know what I mean?
Ooh, that name hurts me.
Yeah, but the thing is it's a one-time use for me.
Yeah, I mean it's a
That's it. I
homeowner
need
tool.
it to work.
It's like Ryobi, Rigid, all those they're just homeowner grade tools, and yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean for those that are using them once a year.
Well, I will say this, my main stuff is the wall,
Yeah,
and that's only because when I was welding, I was, taking out bolts and whatnot. It's nice to have some impacts that could actually move.
yeah, yeah. I
I'm not trying to use Black and Decker on the job site. I would probably get laughed off.
Yeah, Black and Decker and
Some
Craftsman.
hypers
Yeah, what those Hyperforce or whatever they are.
for the Harbor Freight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'll take the Harbor Freight clamps though. I'll tell you that.
They got yeah, like clamps and straps and chains. The stuff that you know, isn't. I don't know how to explain it. Can you hear my kid crying?
No, I can't. But I'm gonna say the mid, like the below $50 grade tools
Yep.
that are just like use and abuse type
Mm-hmm.
ordeal. That's a good spot if you're not like hauling, you know, excavators and whatnot. And then I
Yeah.
would probably suggest you not to get a chain from
From Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight.
End up on the
May,
news.
maybe up it just a little. Just
Yeah.
saying. Hopefully your dozer came with some tie down chains from
Yeah.
the factory from Cat. I'm hoping
That's
John Deere, depending on what you're at.
I'm 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 in that I'm in a tough spot right now because I've got a crew working and they've been here for almost 3 months. I think they're running at like two right now, 2.5, something like that.
Hmm.
Um And, the deal was when I hired them, because what I've done in the past is I spend all the money, get all the stuff, and then hire the people, and the people are trash, or they don't come, they don't show up. You know what I
Ooh.
mean? So I invest all the money
Oh,
to have
yeah.
people, just for the people to not work out. So what I did was I told the guys when I was hiring them, I said, "Hey, listen, you drive your own cars, you bring your own tools,
Mm-hmm.
and you work. If in 3 months you're sticking around and it looks like things are going to work out, then I will invest in getting a vehicle for the crew. You know what I mean? Getting a trailer put together, getting tools for you guys. But I'm not going to spend $15,000-$20,000 right now, and then have you guys no call, no show, and then I've got all of that stuff that I'm paying insurance on sitting there doing nothing. So,
Yep.
they are working out. They've both been here for, actually one's been here longer than the other, but it doesn't matter. The main one, the lead guy, has been here and he's not going anywhere. So it's time for me to spend that money. So now, in the past, my philosophy has been get the middle tool and then go one higher or whatever. You know what I mean? But now when you got to buy them all at once, it's like maybe not. I
So,
gotta.
can we get away with this handy down? Can we go find some used tools anywhere? Is that a thing?
Yeah. So what's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna load up the trailer with all of my tools, right? And then when we get to a job where we need a new tool, we'll put that tool in. I'll go buy that tool for that job. And then once my tools break down, we'll replace them with new tools. But I was like, there's no freaking way I could justify, spending
Go and spend 30 G's on a
on
brand new
brand new freaking
trailer,
setup. Yeah.
tools, just completely decked out.
And
Yeah.
the trailer's its own thing because, organization, as we talk about a lot on here, is super important, right? Having some sort of system.
Yeah. And it's a different beast. The thing is this, um, with with the few different construction crews I've worked with, the welding crews I've worked with, we've all had, company vehicles, company products, company, usables that I would say in every job other than the Marine Corps, stuff would probably disappear. And I'm not saying in the sense of getting stolen, like used and never replaced
Mm-hmm.
and or never thought about
Yep.
until the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing I cannot think, like as a COO now, like the amount of copious detail we went into with the Marine Corps and having everything systematized,
Yep.
everything inventoried. Yeah, it was like, how terrible was it doing OVEs
Yeah, and how often do you check those inventories though?
monthly?
Yeah, well, at the least, right?
Well,
Most of
yeah.
the trucks we were checking weekly. You know what I mean? The stuff that goes
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
I
So,
know. I agree with you. And the thing is, it's if you're and we were using those almost daily. Obviously, at the bigger motor pools, like obviously not when you got 150 trucks, but
mhm.
like the smaller motor pool that I worked at, man, we every single truck was getting used.
Yep.
Like it was used and abused on the road to where I think about that now to where like if I had a truck, even like the last welding job I had before I went insurance, man, I was just shocked. We
Yeah.
used welding rod daily, bolts, um, just different pins that we had, different fasteners,
Mhm.
different glues, just compounds to
Yep.
hold stuff together. Like just so much stuff that was never inventoried, was never, it was just, oh, I think this is up. I think we need this. I think I need this. And then it was like, oh, I found this over here, John. We didn't need to
Yeah.
order that last week. It's like, how many of those happens at a small company
Yeah.
that no one even thinks about?
Yeah,
You
and
know
you
what I
got
mean?
you got that one guy that's been with that company for 20 years that says, "Oh, if you open the toolbox underneath the old Taco Bell cup, there's a tube of caulk." Like, yeah,
It's
that's
like that's only useful to you, man. Like
yeah, that's
where's the organization in the sense of like, okay, hey, at the, I'm not saying you got to inventory your truck every day. Now, in a perfect world, let's be honest, should it be done? Yes. Should you do a check around your truck? I will still be to this day. Um, I still did a 360 in a sweep around my truck, the work
Mm,
truck that I used,
yep.
out even outside of the Marine Corps every single day,
Hmm.
and filled it up to the brim because we had a fuel farm there. Like I
Yeah.
didn't let that thing it was a I had to do certain checks no matter what, but the tools, if I was the owner, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I could not imagine how
I
much
s-
money was getting bled.
it's ridiculous, and that's, luckily the guys that I have now, they care a little bit more than people I've had in the past, but it just bothers me when someone, you have a $200-300 nail gun, right? And they just drop it in the sand and leave it in the
I was
sand.
just gonna say a nail gun
I
is funny. I was just gonna say, hey, it's different for you too because if you looked at being able to do it all around crew, meaning top to bottom, like
No,
how
yeah, that's what I'm
many
getting to. Yep.
you know what I mean? Like y- you need 15 nails just for one nail gun to be able to put on all the material you need to put on, and then the specialty bits just for this, and then
Yep. Yep.
and then you need that for every single realm. So you need your electrician side, you need your plumbing
Yep.
side, you need your HVAC side, you need your tile side, you need
Yep.
pe- people don't think about
No.
every single one of those little facets in there. It's like, okay, so do I do an inventory for each box? Do I make it box wise? Do I make it here, or do I make a set generic tool to where it's just a raid for everyone, to where it's just a one grab and go, and you'll be more or less set 90% of the time to where you don't have to go back. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
there's a lot of things. It's
Yeah,
fun.
and that's where I'm going to be spending most of my time over the next couple weeks is building out the trailer. Specifically because I prefer to be organized. I did that with the first company I owned, and that trailer was, as good, it was as good as I could make it at the time, and it was better than everyone else. You know what I mean?
Well,
Um,
you even got compliments that how nice your trailer was set
yeah,
up.
I
Even
sold,
then, it
yeah,
was booty.
yeah. Back then, it was I sold $100,000 worth of work just because somebody walked by and saw how organized the trailer was, and they said to
Hmm.
themselves, you know, they know what they're doing. If their trailer is that clean, then I know that the job's gonna go correctly, right? Gonna go smooth. And yeah, so I sold $100,000 job just because my trailer was organized and clean and built out correctly, right? So that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, you're right. When you're a renovation or remodel company like myself, where you're not doing one single thing every day, it's much harder to build out an inventory system and to carry everything that you need in the trailer. So you don't. What you do is you get 90% of it, and then you keep the special items at the shop and you load them up when you use them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah, like you said, like screws, for instance, is perfect. I need probably 40 different types of screws for all the stuff that we do. You know what I mean? As opposed to 10, which might be someone else.
Yeah,
So
and I think you're being real nice on 40.
yeah, well,
To
yeah.
be on, like,
No, you're right, because there's a lot of custom stuff we do where there's a specific screw for that job I got
I
to go
can think
buy.
of 10 different deck screws. Like that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even thinking about siding or
Nope, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna build this thing out, and I'm gonna make it to the point where anybody can get in there and know where something is and know what is supposed to be in a spot that's empty or how to fill that spot with something new. You know what I mean?
so it's funny you say that. It reminds me of something. I had a conversation with someone this week talking about being corporate, having a corporate structure. And I go, you got to understand what a corporation actually means at its core. Like the most simplest basics. A corporation exists without the need of one individual. What I mean
Mm-hmm.
by that is you can take any individual out of that system and place a new person in it, and they know how to do the job
Yeah.
because the system is set up. They can read a book, they can read a manual,
Yeah.
and they can get automatically they can do the job. That's a corporation. In the smallest sense, that's the easiest way to explain a corporation to someone. If you don't have that, don't call yourself a corporation.
Yeah, yeah. So that's, again, we talk about this all the time, but that's what I'm working towards is getting to the point where I could put anybody in any position. They can pick up my SOPs or my manuals or, get on my uh, what is it called? I can't think of the word. Where all my company stuff
Steering?
is saved. Everyone's got access to it.
Oh, your
Share
database,
drive,
whatever you
share
got, share
drive,
drive. Okay.
whatever. Yeah, so they can get in there, watch the videos, do whatever they got to do, and they can figure out how to perform their tasks pretty quickly, right?
You know what just dawned on me, man?
Hmm.
You stayed with the Marine Corps system, share drive.
Yeah, no, I do actually. Yep.
It just dawned on me. Like you never changed from that. It was always Microsoft.
Yeah, well, I did try Google, but I hated it, so I just pay for Microsoft. It's so much easier for me because I spent so much time on it in the Marine Corps and before that,
When I get off of
college, high
Mac,
school.
my
Yeah,
next computer, when it just goes straight to a desk computer for the office,
yeah,
and not like I like my Mac to be able to travel, like I love it. It's very fast, but to be able to process everything and be able to run code, to be able to do that, to be honest, Mac is not the system you want to be coding on. Can you do it? Sure, but
yeah,
I would rather just have Windows and be able to function that way. It's so much easier.
yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna have my trailer set up, right? So, and that's one of the steps in getting to the point where everything's automated. But that's expensive enough in itself because I got to buy all the stuff to build out the shelving, and then I've got to build out the shelving because at the beginning, um, I'm taking the steps a little differently than you don't have to do it yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm specifically doing it myself because I think that it's going to be more efficient if I do it, right? Instead of paying somebody else to do it. So I'm going to do this part myself, and then after that, somebody else takes over. That way, it's a one and done thing, but I don't have to worry about it being inefficient. You know what I mean? If I pay somebody else. So
Well, I mean, I 100% know where you're going at that. And I mean, it's different because it's also your field. It'd be different
right.
if it's like, hey,
Nope. Yep.
I've got this new vehicle, but trailer, but I've got to redo the axle bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you
No, I'm
could
not doing that.
probably do it, but it's
Oh
not
yeah,
worth your time efficiently.
exactly. Yeah, or building a trailer, like from the scratch. Putting all
Yeah.
the pieces together so that I can put shelves in something. No, because I thought about that. I was like, maybe I'll just build one. I was like, no, I'm not. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's gonna take way too long. You know what I mean? I could do it, like you said. You and I, we can figure out how to do pretty much anything pretty quickly.
We could build it, but again, is it really time efficient?
Yeah, we could. Sorry, let me rephrase that. We can learn how to do something quickly. Doesn't mean that we're actually going to do that thing very quickly. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
but we could figure anything out. So yeah, I'm not building a trailer. I will build out the shelves inside myself because it's something that as the business owner, I like to do it. So I'm going to do it, and I'm good at it. So I'm going to do it. But yes, exactly. If it were some other task, right? Then yeah, absolutely, I give it to somebody else because I'm not going to play that game. Um, so anyway, that's working on that, and then I'm finishing up a couple SOPs, and then I've got just a list of things that through the end of the year that I need to get done. That we're rolling. Things are going really freakishly smooth right now. It's kind of freaking me out. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, I still have my hiccups with clients and I didn't like that color, I wanted this, not that, blah blah blah.
That's just business, though.
Yeah, but it's like, as far as operations of the company are going, it is, I don't know what's going on. It's weird. I haven't been in this position yet. And I mean, it's good. This is what we've been working towards, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's, it's, it's keeping me awake at night because I'm worried I'm missing something. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, there's no way that I get to go to sleep tonight
It's three
thinking
letters.
that I'm caught up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's three letters.
Was that?
IRS.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's coming. Don't worry. That's gonna wake me up.
They always make me stay up at night. I love getting letters from them. Hey, you didn't pay your 941 this quarter. Ah, but I did. I
Yeah,
did. I sent the payment last week. Thank you for sending me the notice, though. I'm
yeah.
glad you guys are on top of it, but bet you won't be on top of giving me my money.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's pretty great. When
So quick to ask.
same thing with the Florida Department of Revenue, they've been real annoying. They will send me notices. Hey, you didn't file or not file. You didn't. Yeah, you didn't file your report for reemployment tax. Um, and I'm like, yeah, okay, well, that's because I don't like I use an employee leasing company for my employees, so they handle all that, and so they send me letters twice a month, every 2 weeks that says, hey, you owe us this amount of money. It's going to go to debt collectors soon.
Oh, so you only pay the agency.
Yeah, yep. I used to do payroll in house. The reason that I didn't this time is because when I first got employees, they were administrative only.
Mm-hmm.
And in the state of Florida, any construction company is required to have workers' comp insurance, right?
Uh-huh.
For whatever, if you have employees. And there was no workers' comp company that would insure me because they were only administrative and not in the field. So the only company that would said, we'll do it, but you have to use our payroll services. And their payroll services cost like $14 a week. So I said, sure. And they had the best workman's comp rates that I could find. So I went with them, and it's been fine. I just turn in the hours every Monday, and everybody gets paid Friday, direct deposit, and they get their own. So they pay all the taxes for me. I don't have to worry about, like you said, 941s or anything like that. Everything's handled.
I have got to hand that off. I'll tell you what, if that's only $14 a week,
Yeah, and
jeez.
yeah, yep. So
I can just say that just so I can sleep nice at night knowing that my employee is paid without any hesitation or me missing a beat on the sense of going, oh, I didn't do Florida State or unemployment tax
yeah,
this time. I don't want none of that.
no. So anyway, with that, I had to file or send in a form that said, "Hey, I'm using a leasing company, and I've been using them since this date, right? Which is before their notices
Yeah,
started, right?" So I send that in, and 2 months later, I get another notice that says, "All right, we're going to debt collectors." And I was like, so I called them. I said, "What the hell?" And they were like, "Oh,
sent you the note.
yeah." They were like, "Oh, we don't check that email that you sent it to." I said,
Go
okay.
check.
Then I was like, why'd you tell me to send it to that email then? They're like, oh, because that's the email that everything comes into. Like that's the email we need to use. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
So I have to email you and then call you to
Yep.
verify for you to go do it. And that sounds like a good old
Government.
government sequence right there.
Yep. And
Let's put
then,
in the most middle. And you know what? I just want to say that real quick. You know how many sequences or systems, processes that I deal with on a daily basis to where half my job is just removing middlemen that don't have to be there. They're
yep.
just there to add an additional check into the system.
Yep.
Checks and balances. Checks and balances doesn't make sense if the same line's checking it. Checks and balances work when other departments check your shit.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep.
Like oh my gosh, I was dumbfounded. I can't believe that. But
Yeah. So I spent the next 4 days calling every day until they approved it, and then I waited for the notice to come in the mail. Right. So I did. I got a notice that said, "Hey, your account has been voided out, and all of your fees have been removed." And then 2 weeks later, I get another notice. It says, "Hey, we've sent your notice to debt collection." So I called them back, and I was like, "The hell is this?" And they're like, "Oh, we made a mistake." And I was like, "Oh, God."
no
Yep. So now I'm
way.
waiting for them to send me the notice that says everything's been handled. But it's super fun time dealing with that stupid crap. Um, but anyway, yeah, systems. That's what I'm working on right now, and like I said, I'm at the point where things are running really smooth, and it's freaking me out because I'm not used to things running smooth. So, we'll wait and see what happens. I've got the next 3 months planned out pretty strategically. So if things go the way that my plan is set forth, then I should be. My goal is 6 months, so June next year, to
Hmm.
be sitting somewhere else while the company runs itself. So
Don't blame
we'll
you. That'd be a nice little setup.
yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But anyway, you got anything else you want to add today? That was just a quick one, but
No, it was more just everywhere today, but
Yeah, we just want to make sure we got on here and did something.
you guys got to see my new painted room instead of seeing three different shades. I think it was last time.
Yeah, because you
I
had
think I
those
just had the
splotches.
paint up on the wall. I was testing colors.
Yep. Oh, and I will say next weekend again. Are you still able to come out and support CBI contracting at the trade show?
Yes, yes, yes. I just want you to know it will be after our nephew's soccer game.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I don't. I thought you were coming out Sunday anyway, so doesn't
Oh no,
matter.
okay, yeah, no, no, it was. I told you Sunday, but yeah, no, no, no. I would definitely come out Sunday, and I will bring this hat because it's the only thing I have with the logo. So,
Oh, we'll hook you up with a shirt.
um, no, I'll come out there and attempt to show face. I'll shave, make myself look presentable, and
Yeah,
see
me
if.
too.
Yeah,
Oof.
no, it's only underneath there. It's not even
Yeah.
that bad for me. And I mean, I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Never mind. I'm not gonna take off that hat. Not like that. I'm not gonna do that to
Yeah.
myself.
Oh,
Landing
okay.
strip.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, sorry,
sounds.
sorry, sorry. It's reverse landing strip, everyone. I cannot say landing strip because that's the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I get what you're going there.
yeah.
Okay. Well, sounds good. You know what would be really cool? Not that we can do it, but is to set up this and just do it live there, you know?
What do you mean? Oh, no, no, no. I bet we can.
We can't because I didn't pay for power and the
Well, no, no, no. Who cares? You got a big battery you got a radio that we can plug into, and you can just keep on bringing you four 20-volt batteries or 60-volt. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm. I was actually going to buy a little inverter thing so that I could plug in the iPad because you said you're going to hook me up with a form to fill out there.
Yeah, yeah. Which I
So
100%.
yeah. Anyway, no, yeah, we'll call it and we'll hit one. I got Zach. I forgot to tell you, Zach. Remember Zach came on talk about real estate investing.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He was down south of us by like an hour, right?
Yes, he's coming back up. Maybe this week, but probably next week. He's gonna come up and do one. Because he finished up those couple houses that we were talking about
Hmm.
on the first episode, and then he's got a couple more going, and
Awesome.
some other stuff he wants to talk about. So
Awesome.
he's coming back up. Yeah. So we'll have him on soon. And you know what's really funny is I keep telling people on here too. I got guests coming every single time. You know, these people are like, "Yeah, let's do it," right? And then I'm like, "Okay, let's schedule a day," and they're like, "I don't know, man. I'm kind of nervous actually." Or they're like,
Well, I
"I'm
mean,
not
can't we
my
do it
favorite."
like this? Or no,
Yeah, yeah,
is this?
no, we can, but the thing is, like, they don't want to talk in front of people. They don't want to be on video. Like, they're nervous, just like we were when we first started. You know what I mean?
But the thing is this, it's if you're getting the right questions asked and you're having a good fluent conversation, you forget about your talking like that.
Yeah,
And that's really
2 minutes in, you forget that you're being
oh,
videotaped. You
100%.
know
And the
what I
thing is
mean?
they don't have to talk first. That's why
Yeah,
we're here.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
but that's been like most of them. I'm like, hey, you want to do a podcast? And they're like, yes. And then I'm like, all right, let's do one. And they go, I don't know. My favorite one, um, and he'll be on here eventually. But my favorite one, one of my buddies goes, I'm not interesting enough. I went, I was like, you were on Marine security guard duty. Okay, you traveled to more countries around the world than probably 90% of the population. Okay, I was like, you used to backpack up mountains and sleep on the side of a mountain so that you could take pictures at night and in the morning. Like you're a photographer. He's got all these really
Seacrest?
cool things. Huh?
Seacrest?
That's not his name. It's Seymour, but yes.
Oh, see, I was making a pretty good guess. But the thing is, like, messed up his last name, but I know who you're talking about. He was the dude who lived next to you, rode the bike across. Right? That guy?
Rode the bike. I don't.
No?
No. But either way, you know who I'm talking about. He took pictures of us. You were there when you helped the dogs. Yeah. So
No, no, I know who you're talking about. I had to chase down Coda. I know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
that's the one. Yeah. So, but yeah, you know, he'll come on eventually. but right now he seems to think that he's not interesting enough. So we'll.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a common theme. I keep trying to get people on, and they just keep saying, that they're
I gotta
nervous.
start asking. I've got a pretty decent network now. I just gotta throw out the question. I'll throw it out on the Instagram. Who actually wants to come on and do a podcast?
Yeah, put it up there. And like you said, you can do your own too. You know what I mean? So whatever. But okay, sounds good. I will. Guess we'll talk again next week.
All right, sounds good.
All right, see you guys. Thanks.
Bye.